All right. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
What's happening?
How you doing, man? Doing good.
Have
Love
you
Fridays, Tim.
fully recovered from the sleep deprivation?
It is a little bit. It's takes a little bit now that you're up in age. You know, I could pull all nighters all the time, and now it's got to shake it
Right.
off. we know young Austin is fine. He's probably buzzing to
No,
go. You know,
come on. We know young Austin slept until 3 o'clock and sleeps until 3 o'clock every day, and then he stays up all night.
Yep.
It's not. I have college kids. They're
Oh yeah,
asleep until 3 in the
true.
afternoon. You're
It's
like, what
true.
are you doing?
Yeah,
So
that's not anything amazing.
this
True.
the myth that somebody can go out all night and then stay up all day doesn't exist.
It is. That's
It
true. But
it
getting up
doesn't
at
last
1 or
very
2
long.
in the afternoon is that don't count. That's right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
I think my brother had a painting company called Crack a Noon
Crack a noon.
Painting Company, because they just go
Hey,
out and play hockey and then have fun and then get up for work at noontime and
straight
paint their
shooter.
house or do whatever. But that's when you
Yeah,
name the company that's the way it works.
that's it. Straight shooter. Going, just tell them, hey, I'll be around
Yeah,
afternoonish.
I'll be there. I'll be there at Crack a Noon.
Good evening, George. Yes, buzzing bees. How you doing? Oh, Cheesehead Will. Another great night. That is right there, Cheesehead Will.
Oh yeah, let's take a look.
Hope you picked your team. Hope you picked your team tonight. Here we go. Line up. Hive Maker. Bee Honey Mover. That is. Good luck, everyone. Look at them. Nice bees.
Oh, here we go. We got a crown. Love the crowns.
Double crown.
There's a
Double
subtle
crown.
crown right here. On Liechtenstein,
Yep.
the princess, and another princess from Brunei.
Yep.
And then we have the crowned DMT,
Mm,
and then you
is-
got the bowler hat DMT, gold DMT. So pretty cool stuff. This one's got the CryptoPunk on it. This was M2,
Yeah.
M2, and then double crown. I get it
Double
now.
crown. That's what I'm saying. That's
fully
impressive.
crowned.
Man. Impressive.
That's, I guess he's compensating for something.
Yep. Well, I'll share my screen and then I'll read the queens because I know you got on me. Get up there here.
Yeah.
There it is. Brunei. Let me get in here. Well, it's actually bigger on here. Okay. Brunei is Borneo Island, Southeast Asia, home to the largest stilt settlement in the world. Kampong Ayer found it over 1,000 years ago. Wow. It consists of 42 adjoining stilt villages, which house around 30,000 people and connected by a 38-kilometer, 23-mile boardwalk. The settlement has been nicknamed the Venice of the East. Oh, that's cool. An oil-rich country. Much of the Shell's oil comes from offshore drilling platforms in Brunei. Its liquefied natural gas (LNG) plant is also one of the largest in the world, sitting on a 130-acre complex. Citizens of Brunei do not pay income tax. Oh, that sounds nice. It says yet though. Well, they put yet. That's interesting though. I did not know that. Liechtenstein, yes, Central Europe. I know that German, right? A German-speaking microstate located in the Alps between Austria and Switzerland. It's a constitutional monarchy headed by the country's prince, the only country in the world with 100% of its territory in the Alpine region. Its lowest elevation is more than 1,400 feet above sea level. I actually went through there, Liechtenstein. 8 times smaller than Los Angeles. It has the second highest per capita GDP in the world, having a prosperous financial service sector and other major industries, such as electronics, metal manufacturing, dental products, optical instruments, and pharmaceuticals. All right.
Wow.
Liechtenstein.
That's crazy.
It is. Yeah, I went through a train. We were going to, I'm trying to think, is somewhere in Austria. We were going skiing.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Mount Stubaital?
No.
I skied the glacier on Mount Stubaital in Austria.
Oh, yeah. Them
nice.
Swiss Alps ain't no joke.
It was beautiful. It was
It is
amazing. It
beautiful.
was it was like late May, so down below it was green grass. We were drinking outside in t-shirt and shorts, and then you put on this onesie and take a gondola up to the top of the glacier, and it's freezing up there.
Yes, that is true.
But the sun was warm. It was crazy. It was really great though.
Yep, snowboarding through the clouds, literally
Yeah,
blue skies, and then you go through the clouds, and then there it is. It is crazy.
yeah.
Hey, what's up, Josh? How's it going, brother? And then yeah, there will. But yeah, I loved it. But no, the queen bees, they're up, man.
There you
Let's
go.
see if there's any movement that's
2
going
minutes
on.
to go. Let's do the refresh. The 2 minute refresh.
But yeah, you know, if there's any, it's usually the last 30 seconds.
I
But
know. I usually wait, hang it all day long. 864, 5566, I think. 5344. I think this one moved. 1717 and 1010.
or those are moved, didn't they?
No,
Or no?
I don't
It's
think
been
so.
like that. My bad.
I think this is the only one that moved. I could be
17,
wrong
17. Okay.
because I noticed these numbers with the doubles, right?
Yeah,
And this one was odd man out. That's why I'm thinking this moved.
I got you. Because yeah, they were all. I hear you. But
So
yeah,
yeah, somebody who's the double this he's got OCD, can only bid like this.
I like the Skittles teeth, but if it didn't have the Skittles teeth, that would be an awesome beat. Like if it had the Dirty Harry, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Charles. Yeah, there's one that's like a Dirty Harry face. It's pretty cool.
A mean face,
Yeah, he's got the
a
one.
mean grin.
Yeah, he's like
But
but that
it's funny because he's got the bat wings.
he
It's
does
funny.
bat wings, and people don't like the bowl. I like the bowler hat. I think that is cool. He looks distinguished.
Yeah.
He looks like he's
And
out solving crimes.
and he's got a clean face. Again, Ray, no eyewear.
No eyewear. It must be. I'm telling you, they hear it. The algorithm, Tim.
Well, we'll see, but you know, you got to make them unique. Oh, I when we were setting up the show and we saw what the empowerment bees, it was funny because I noticed right away. I was like, "What's going on? They all have the same empowerment bee. This can't be." But then
Yeah.
I refreshed and they updated and upgraded. So yeah, they were not all the same empowerment bee. But I was
Yeah.
scared there for a half an instant because it loaded up all the same. Can't have that. 9 seconds.
Majestic
Vasquez.
Platinum, blue chip NFTs. That's right. Auction today. Thank you. Go ahead. It's about to end. Here we go.
This is it. I hope you got your gas in there.
Oh, it did.
This guy's cool. I like that fisherman hat.
The crown moved too.
Crown 1259. Yes. Oh, and the one, somebody was nervous. They were
0.1.
going to do the same thing. 5566, 5344. That's the same 1717, and this one 1011. Yeah, that stayed the same in the last minute. But this one moved. This crown moved. Somebody really wanted that double crown.
Double crown. That is nice, but look at it. He's got the captain hat B with the bat and a Bitcoin necklace and some. That's a nice empowerment B, man.
That's a nice empowerment B.
Yeah, that's a great.
Again, and Ray, no glasses on these empowerment Bs either.
No glasses. It's nice.
No plastic protective glasses, anything like that.
That's right.
But I like the Bat Bee fisherman hat. I like that.
Yeah.
And then a lady Bat Bee. We have a Bat Bee collection going here.
It is. And I like my man down at the end. He's nice and clean. He loved the Kufa hat.
He's got your favorite hat, and he's got a honey pot. Everybody loves a honey pot.
Yep. Very cool.
This is an M2 necklace pair.
Ooh,
that's nice.
That is nice. Yeah,
very cool.
The Queens got some nice ones. And yes, double crowns tonight, Ariel. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's rare. I only seen like 2 of those ever. A crown and a crown necklace. Very cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just going through texts, and it's best to kind of bring it up on the videos, right? No, there's no limit on honeypots. You can purchase as many honeypots for taxes and all the other utility it has, as many as you want. So maybe if you ever saw any kind of errors, it might be that you have to do that in Wrap PE, don't you? Or no, you can do it. You do it at Wrap PE. Pretty sure.
Honeypots?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're Wrap PE.
If you go in, can you go in there at all?
Sure, let's see. Was that Buy Bee Honey? It's under this one?
No, it's in My Hive.
My Hive.
And then if you mint, well, it's not going to let you mint. You have to connect your wallet. See if you do.
I got nothing in my wallet.
So yeah, click
Wrap
that.
P. Wait,
Oh,
ETH.
both. So you can
Both of
have
them.
both. But if you select wrap P, just kind of give you an idea. If you select wrap P, better under you have to have ETH. So he used ETH. So as long as you had, if as long as you had ETH left over for gas, just make sure that was another one. Sometimes people kind of use all their ETH to buy a honeypot, and
Hmm.
then then you got no gas, and that's not going to happen.
Right. But I heard gas fees were coming down.
They are.
But I also saw that I think ETH dropped off a little bit.
It did. Oh yes, absolutely. What were you talking about? There was buy the buy the hype. All this was coming.
Yeah.
Probably most of them were like, well, what happened? It's working the same way. They're thinking it's something different. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. We were talking about this selling the news. I told you that's you're arguing with me, Tim.
Well, no, listen, going up to the merge,
Yes.
everybody was all excited and FOMOing in. Now that the merge is successful or whatever, and they want to, take a little out. Obviously, it was headed up a little bit going into it. They took it back out, or used it to buy other things. Right? You just said you got to have. So somebody wants to buy a honeypot, whatever. ETH is going to be a stable place to run your projects, all this kind of stuff. The merge is great. They start buying other things. Maybe they bought other altcoins, whatever they got to do to get their stuff done. They spent some ETH, and obviously it's taken it out of the ETH. Not that I know anything
I hear you.
inside,
No.
but there'll be some pullback on this. But all the projections on long term. Now, no, we're not day traders in by any means,
Yeah.
but all the long term projections being that proof of stake means that more people will be staking and holding, hodling, whatever, and less will be drawn out as rewards, which means less ETH will be created, more ETH will be hodled. That means that eventually this is going to start to climb and go up, and then we start having shows about the flippening.
The flippening, or
The
so they've
flippening.
been making jokes and calling it the floppening right now. Cheeseheaded. You got cheeseheaded there, Will?
Uh-oh.
That's all right, man. Next time. Next time. It's always good. And yes, that's what George is saying. Buy the hype, sell the news. And but that's what we're talking about today. We were talking about because Crypto Joe sent me some news articles back in the day, probably 2 months ago, with Mr. Wonderful from the Shark Tank, right?
Yeah.
He was already saying how the legislation was already lined up, man. They were
Hmm.
waiting for this merge to happen. They're waiting for after Labor Day. I think we were talking about that as well. They come back from what recess, from what they call it recess or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're out there playing around. But anyways, Congress, Senate comes back, and the bills were lined up and ready, man. Right?
Yeah. They were
Yeah,
playing dodgeball.
Dodge they were. But and that's what I'm just going to jump into one. I only got one little story, and then like, I think you can piggyback on it too, as
Yep.
well. But I mean that's what this is talking about. CoinGecko, breaking news, and this was earlier today. I'm sure everybody's been reading about it. But the White House releases first crypto regulatory framework with 7 primary goals. 1, protecting consumers, investors, businesses. Number 2, promoting access to financial services. Number 3, fostering financial stability. 4, advancing responsible innovation. And then you skip
Okay.
down to the next one, 5, reinforcing the country's global financial leadership and competitiveness.
Hmm.
6, fighting illicit finance and money laundering. AML, Tim. That's
Yeah.
AML.
Everybody knows that one.
And countering the financing of terrorism. Oh, okay, there you go. Right,
Yeah.
dollars is good. 7, exploring a U.S.
Uh-oh.
central bank digital CBDC. Here it is.
Here it comes.
We even talk, and all that to say, I'm just saying. I mean, this is WhiteHouse.gov. This is all we were talking about. This is all they were waiting for, right? They just had to kind of see what all this is, see this merge goes. Everybody get back from, but that's what Mr. Wonderful was talking about. Is they already had all this lined up to start talking about this. The other
Right.
thing, everybody, you're starting to hear that Ethereum, since it's now proof of stake, is looking more like a security, and even the cryptocurrency, kind of ecosystem itself, they're starting to look at it more like a security. But
Hmm.
hey, all good. At least there's framework. And they're talking about it. If you think that this is something that's dead, I did have an email. I'll go back after it. I didn't want to go to my emails and read it, but this is from a Oxford communique. It's the Oxford Insight. They're all about stocks, but he was talking about all this today too, and just how ridiculously huge this is. Because now
Yeah.
this is the real deal. You're talking about a real market now, right?
Yeah, that obviously means that adoption is in their sights because
Mhm.
they want they if the adoptions or not if but when adoption happens they want to have these things in place because there's been a lot of confusion for regular people, not crypto enthusiasts like we are. But your average guy on the street is like, oh, crypto's going to crash, crypto dies, it's up
I know.
one day, down the next, all this
Yeah,
kind of stuff. They don't know where to get their facts from, so they obviously want to know what's going to happen come tax time, come whatever, if they buy stuff and hold it and sell it. All that stuff they want to be known and laid out so that their accountant can give them the right answer, or whoever
right.
their advisor is can give them the answer that can be backed up and verified. And that's a good thing, right?
Mm,
Because as long if we know the rules of the game, then we can play the game.
that's right.
um, we have some idea of what they want to do. Obviously, they want to foster innovation and protect everyone. So obviously, you go into the game with those ideals, you're going to be in good shape.
Yes,
Which I think that's how we've set up most of our projects, especially M2 is going to be an amazing thing. And then you got it, Tim. Why does FUD taste bad?
that is
What is
why
this?
FUD tastes bad.
That's why FUD. Okay, George. But yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, I did pull up the whole thing, and obviously this came out just this afternoon, so I didn't get to dive into it. Ray highlighted the 7 great points.
Yep.
Um, but they just have some amazing facts in here. 7 million Americans have no bank account, and 24 million rely on costly non-bank services. So that's what we were talking about on the other shows. Unbanked people, it's like 40% of the world is unbanked.
Hmm.
So this is a very low number here in the States, but um, the rest
Globally,
of the
it's
world
not.
needs a
Yeah.
lot of help.
Right.
And just this is a huge thing. We could spend a couple shows on this.
It is,
Um,
and you know you're talking about even with Elon Musk and his Starlink and all that shooting
mhm,
up satellites for all this, so everybody can have phone service. Think about even some of these countries you can't afford and I don't know what their plans are like, but I'm sure it's like AT&T here. They probably 30, 40, $50 maybe for them, and that's a big cost, right? This Starlink of what Elon is launching in
right.
in the
And
in
I think
space.
he's partnering with T-Mobile.
Yep,
So Starlink and
$3.
T-Mobile,
Three
and
bucks, $4 a month, Tim.
that'd be awesome. I don't think we're going to get that here in the States, but
4 bucks, Tim.
that's beautiful. That's exactly what everybody needs.
Yes.
So that way we can all be on the same level playing field.
Yeah.
Um, and then they can get messages from the Prince of Nigeria that he's got cash that he needs to
Those
move.
diamonds. He's got a diamond mine. He's got a diamond. That's right. But it's true. Because that's how they'll access it. That's why we've been, all
Yeah.
the stuff that's been planned even over here. You got a cool Opus app that just uses your face. Very easy to kind of
Mm,
AMA, or KYC, know your customer, because you only got one face, man.
that's it.
And then yeah, now you got some stuff you're mining. You're mining M2 off his phone by your activity. Pretty amazing. Again, a lot of thought, a lot of planning, a lot of foresight of
Yeah.
what was going on, right?
But there's going to be big things coming out, life-changing stuff when obviously when millions and well, I guess if it's 46% of the world, it's billions of people that
Yes.
don't have access to financial resources, which will change, how they run their business, how they run their farm, whatever they're into, is going to change and be more organized and secure, which is always a good thing, right? And then, of course, here in the developed world, we'll be able to have control and obviously a lot more. influence over our finances, a lot more obvious choices for us to make. Not obvious, but potential investments to make. So it's going to be, and choice and options are always good for the consumer.
Mhm. Yep,
So that and the protection, uh,
I agree.
consumer
Well,
protection they want to put in place
mhm,
is always good and welcome.
absolutely.
We
I
talk about security all the time.
We do, because it's important, and people get scammed all the time. I just got thank you, appreciate it. But I just got something from somebody from Twitter just DM'd me because they got scammed. So
Mm,
it's all the time. It's happening. But maybe we can help. Maybe we can't. But yeah, it just happened a day or two ago. So it's crazy. So
they're out there.
yeah, don't mess around with any of that goofy stuff of this ETH merge or them talking about this ETH or ETH on some other chain. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it. Leave everything alone. Just kind of sit and let all this settle, right?
yeah.
But yeah, that's the reason. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it is. I did bring it up from my own email that I was sent from this, and I don't. What is it? You can see it, kind of, right?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, it's all he's talking about is the same thing, same stuff that we're talking about. This Gary Gensler, the
Hmm.
head of the Securities and Exchange (SEC). Anybody paying attention, it's a big deal. And what's going on is, he's this guy epitomizes the old saying about when you give a fellow a hammer, everything he looks like is it looks like a nail to him. It's no
Right.
surprise then. With great power, this great army of at the disposal, the head of the SEC thinks almost all cryptos are securities and should be traded and regulated on exchanges. So he's, treating them all the same. So we'll see how that goes. But down here, all he's talking about, what kind of took me, and I'm not giving any financial advice, is that those who are quite fortunate, those who have are quite fortunate, you're staring at a nascent market that could soon be worth 24 trillion, right? And
Yeah.
you're talking about something that could be, hyperbolic. That's what he's saying here. That's 2.4 million% larger than what it is today when you start
Right.
seeing crazy mass adoption coming in here. Now that the Fed and you got the SEC, you got the White House, you got all these people trying to give you the guardrails of what all this is. Yeah, and that'll give everybody the green light. And there you go, man.
I, I don't want to draw any parallels or anything, but I'm just going to mention because you had said before, in 2017, if you had just taken $1 of the top 1,000 coins, you'd be a millionaire.
Yep.
I I'm sure that's about to repeat itself. If you put $1 into the top 1,000 coins that are on CoinGecko, well, that was like 4 years later. 4 years later, you're going to be a millionaire or better
Yeah.
because all the institutional money is going to come in, and all those options and chances and everything like that, one of them, two of them, 10 of them are going to explode like you could never imagine. Right? It doesn't take a lot of them. It doesn't. We're not saying 1,000 of them are all going to hit $1 million. That'd be crazy. Then you'd be stupid rich. But the market is just going to explode from 2
Just
trillion
everything
to
coming in.
24 trillion. So
Yeah.
everything is, the whole thing is going to go 24 times.
Right.
So you want to own a big portion of it. You don't have to pick the exact right one that goes to the moon. You can pick a few of them, do your research, right? This is, I should put the banner up.
We picked
Um,
the right exact one, Tim. We picked the right exact one.
well, that's good, but it shouldn't be the only one, right? We should be looking for other things too. And
Yeah.
and
You
yes, it's
should
true.
look at M two. That's what you
I
should look
have
at.
plenty, and I'll tell you right now, and this is not financial advice, but you can get a million M2,
Yeah.
right? We said if you bought $1 worth of all of these coins. Now, a million M2 is what, $340 or
Yeah, it's
400,
340, 400 somewhere. Yeah, depends.
yeah,
It's it's
three,
moving.
$400.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can get a million of them. So in a year or 2, 3, 4, 5 years, like just like the example you said, that could be the one that hits a home run out of the lot, and then you're the millionaire.
Yep.
So I do like M2 for that, but I would like to go and get a couple dollars or more. I do disclose that that I do own some Bitcoin. It was
There
the
you go.
$5 in free Bitcoin that I got when I signed up for Coinbase. That's still the only Bitcoin I own. I
There you
should
go.
I should go get a little bit more, but I think I'd rather diversify right?
Right.
And get a few more things in my wallet, just from the example that you read months ago
Yeah.
about the market overall. But this is the signal that the that the institutions and everyone is going to get a green light on how to play the game,
Yes.
and then how it's going to be fair, right? Everybody wants it to be fair, so here we
And they
go,
need
game on.
something. You brought it up the other day. They need something. If they're dropping dollars and going into
Right,
their own for the petrol oil, that's crazy, man. That's
right.
bonkers stuff.
Well, that's they want to lead the way across the world in cryptocurrencies and all this, because they don't want to lose face and lose ground on all the innovation that's going on. So you can't let that happen. So you got to get in there, and let the best man win,
Yep.
or
Yep.
person, or whatever pronoun you choose.
Yep.
But
But yes,
that's
it
it.
is. It's just crazy, man. I mean, that's why I said is it's amazing. Hopefully they'll grandfather us in that we don't count everything that's been before. They just like they close their eyes, maybe.
Well, I
I'm
don't know
just
how
joking.
that
It's
I don't
not
know
gonna
how
work.
that's going to work,
I
but
know.
either way, it's going to be the same across the board. They can't pick anybody out,
I
and
know.
all that kind of stuff, unless they're doing something illegal and whatever. But I mean, I think that's the idea, is to pick a framework where people can innovate and excel and do some great things. And we know and believe the blockchain, has amazing capabilities. So these financial wizards will come up with some great ideas, and we just want to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. Good
Yep.
stuff. Well,
Awesome.
yeah, this makes it for a very big week between the merge and this announcement right here. This is a historic week. Now you're
It
going to
is.
be like, where were you
I know.
September 15th?
When
I was
when
on I
everything
was on
changed
YouTube with Ray.
for 5.5 hours.
Yeah,
We were playing trivia games.
that's right. Playing food trivia.
That's it. Ariel, that's right. Honey Token, NM2. You're right. I mean, there's so
Yeah,
much in the ecosystem, and that's another beautiful thing. Is every one of those bees, what do we say? Where there's stuff with the bee honey, right? It's great. It's those things. It's a cool game, financial game. You get to fly into the hive, and next May, they will begin to start yielding bee honey. Those bees.
yes,
It's amazing. And yes, we love M2 B Honey Rap PE. Absolutely, George. That's another
yeah,
crazy because again, that's to a blockchain. So is OS, and these are all things that they haven't been released
yeah,
yet. You don't get these type of things, right? Just so everybody knows, this is not none of the other things. Cardano didn't happen like that. It just didn't. ETH, they were mining. That's why I just switched from that to proof of stake. No one, you don't get the head start like this, right? Of
right.
doing this, right? It's kind of amazing. So I'm pumped, man. One ETH can get you four. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Will.
Yeah,
One ETH
beautiful,
can get you over 4 million M2, right? So
beautiful.
an investment like that could, and it's not fine. There you go. You got it down there. It's just entertainment. We're just looking at numbers.
Yeah,
But that's amazing, right? Crazy. So something to look at, something to get focused on.
yeah. And at this point, and it's been said before on all our calls and everything like this, you don't need multi-millions of it. You don't need to buy. If you
Mm.
bought a million of them and sit back and watch this go, um, you know, you're going to be happy. You don't
And
you
yeah,
don't need to spend
you're right.
everything you have on it.
You're right.
Um,
Absolutely right. It's a great point because that's another thing. Sometimes people, you might not have got bee honey or you had M2 or you don't have wrap P. You're not missing out on anything. It's all, whatever
right.
you got into, you're good. It's a great thing. It's a great ecosystem.
Yeah.
Because it's all, it's just been, it was very well thought out. Right. So, wherever you're at, you are good. If you just got NFTs, right? The bees, goats,
Hmm.
all kinds of stuff. So yes, you're right, Tim. It's good. So don't ever feel got to extend yourself. Yeah,
Right. Now is the right time to get in, because you don't want to be kicking yourself in 6 months or a year when it
yeah,
is on the move,
yep,
and all that kind of stuff, when you can get in cheap. Because I'll just repeat the story real quick. Was I got into crypto because my kids were making summer money that they wanted to put somewhere that they could leave and let it grow. And I said, well, crypto's the future. And that's
hmm
when I found you guys, and that's what I got them into. So They all have $1 million. They have 1 million, right? You
Wow.
gave me 300-400 bucks. They're in for $1 million. Of course, they asked me this summer, when can I get the Corvette? And I was like, number one, you don't need a Corvette. Number two, I said this was retirement money. I said, you'll never have to worry when you get
Right.
older. I didn't say you were getting a Corvette next year. I
It's-
never, I never said that.
that's
But
right.
they
Yep.
still ask. They still
Yeah,
ask.
of course. That's the crypto mindset. Seriously. I mean, all you hear all
Uh,
that. That's what people are used
no,
to.
they don't follow anything else. They
Okay.
amazingly they listened to me when I said just go and spend
That's cool.
$300 on this.
Yeah.
They see Bitcoin, they see the news on that, but they don't know about the other ones that other things
Yep.
that are going crazy here and there. But you know, hopefully they stick with it and just let it
Yep.
ride, as they say.
And that's what George is saying. You're right. It's called an incubator. No hopium
Yeah.
here. It is every one of these. Just starting out, everything that you're into, the Star Wire, the goats,
Oh
Wafu,
yeah.
yeah, Wafu, Anime Limited with the Wafu girls, and now we're starting to see stuff with Pixel, you Pixel, and they get you look on Twitter, they're posting stuff about the metaverse,
Yes.
all incubators, just like George said, just little babies, right? But these little babies, they're about to roll out, and people are gonna see what see what they are. That's awesome, and we have the tokens already, and not
Yeah.
because we were giving them, because we were doing the pools and staking and yielding and doing all the fun stuff and learning what DeFi is and yield farming is. That's how we all received it, right? So that's amazing, and
Well, this is the do your own research part.
yeah,
We spent over 2 years and 1,000 hours on YouTube doing our own research and learning and waiting and holding on to this. That's all part of it. And so, a couple years from now, whether it's 1 year or 5 years or whatever, when it does hit $1 or goes crazy up, we were in position and we
yes,
knew, we'll still kick ourselves. Oh, I should have got more when I had the chance, but we're going to be way ahead of the crowd, and we'll know that we spent 2 years waiting for it to happen or
yeah,
whatever time frame it takes. But this is the part where you do your research and you follow along and you wait for things like the merge or the rules to come out of the White House or whatever it is. And so adoption is really what triggers everything to when it starts to fill up, when the
yeah,
marketplace fills up, that's going to be
right.
bring all the boats up.
Yeah, no, and think about, like you said, building out the foundation now as these projects that also need help. You got the DAO now, where you have a DAO,
Yeah.
and it, has mechanics and utility where we can do proposals and do things with the bees, and it's like I said, it's pretty ingenious the way that all this, because we've said this way back in 2 years. We kept saying, oh, well, please let it kind of pull back a little bit. We need a little more
Yeah.
time to build out, and almost all the infrastructure is built out for us to kind of be able to catch all of this that's going to come, because there's going to be a lot of people that need to help, need tokenomics, need all kinds of different things that they
Yeah.
just don't understand that goes on here, and you want to do it properly, right? All these other stuff we've been seeing, that's why it's been getting crushed, all those, that stable coin, and all that, the Celsius and things that they're liquidating because they weren't, they were doing different things, right? Let's go.
Over leveraging and more or less gambling with
Yes.
their positions, which is why they want the exchanges to be, have overseeing what's going on so that they play the game fair and don't put their customers at risk. And
Right.
that's exactly what they did. So, it's actors like that make regulations like this necessary, but it just makes the game, obviously the rules set out and favorable for everyone who wants to play the right way. And then of
Yep.
course the damages for people that want to break the rules.
Yep. And it's the Austin was saying that it's not ego, it's we go. That's right,
Yeah.
Will. I love it. Evening to all, my favorite gold DMT. Yes, Cappy Queen. I love them DMTs. And John, do we know what's in the serum? Oh, that's a good one. If you look at any of the things serum wise with the apes, that's what those apes were drinking. They would drink those serums, and I'm not telling you what any of it is, John. I don't know. I'm trying to kind of see what all the monsters M2 what they have as well. But that juice, I know what it did for other things, and it made mutants and all kinds of little pets and just all kinds of different things. So, not sure. I'm still trying to figure out as well, John. They get the, they drop us some alpha here and there, but yeah, I want to know as well. Let's go bees. Bee ha. Yeah.
Serum is to monsters what water is to Goonies.
The Goonies. The Goonies. No, that wasn't the Goonies. It's Gremlins. Is that what you mean?
Gremlins? Yeah, there
Gremlins.
we go.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm mixing up
Is that
my
the Goonies?
80s movies.
Chunk, you didn't pour water on Chunk. And
Oh,
another one spit out. That was the Mogwais, man. Mogwais. That was a good show, though.
all right. We better not go into 80s trivia for
It is. It is. We're way off here. Crypto with Gremlins. But nah, awesome, man. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I appreciate you, man. And everybody, if you could, like and share the videos, it helps tremendously. And
Yep.
yeah, we're gonna be rocking and rolling. Love what's coming.
And we'll do it again tonight. This was auction 106, so we'll be 107 tomorrow. We'll be back at it, and we'll be right here at 9:25 to do it again.
Right on.
All right, Ray. We'll see you then.
Righto. Have a good one.